mysteries keep coming. We have viruses on the loose, girl that's kidnapped, girl that can't get out of the cat costume, and so far no real explanation to anything. But we are starting on a new time block, so let's just start off with Kano. See where that goes. Kano had been watching Syndicate members hand off the case for an hour and a half. He still had no idea where this relay might be headed. The man he was tailing now was about 10 meters away, close enough that Kano could close the distance and apprehend him at a moment's notice. But his orders remained the same: follow and observe. He watched as the case is handed off once more, but now the shock of seeing it pass to yet another accomplice had worn off. It's already been 90 minutes, huh? It was Sasayama. At some point, he crept up on Kano from behind. They don't seem like they're trying to get away at all, Kano said. They're just walking. What could they be up to? Distracting you, clearly. Sasayama shrugged. Yeah, it's weird. Kano recalled Tick-Tick-Tum number 89. Oh gosh. The more irrelevant something seems, the more relevant it's bound to be. Oh, this is terrible. If Tateno's wisdom held true, the Syndicate must have some reason for doing what it was doing. Were they just trying to throw the investigators off their scent? No, that couldn't be it. They were wandering in circles, staying right in the same area. They were just running up the clock. What if that's exactly what they were after? Buying time, see? Distraction. Kano felt a sudden conviction that he was on the right track. If they needed more time to make sure they got their hands on the ransom payment... Wait, hold on. Could it be that? The real case had already been switched out. The ransom money wasn't even in the case anymore. Ooh. Let's say it's been switched out. Could it be that the real case had already been switched out? It made a certain amount of sense. By handing the case off to one accomplice after another, they were leading the detectives to pay more attention to the individuals than the case itself. That could enable them to swap the case while all the focus was elsewhere. Kano shared his hunch with Sasayama. I see. I mean, it is a possibility. Yeah, we might be following the wrong case. There was a palpable tension near now. Kano, Sasayama said, you gotta report into Kuze. On it. Kano's hand flashed to his wireless. But Kuze was dismissive. No, that's the case, I assure you. No offense, sir, but how can you be sure? Kuze said, because that's my job. There's an ID tag in that case that allows us to keep tabs on it. There's no way these crooks could have whipped up a duplicate. ID tag? What ID tag? Wait, no, that's right. Kano had forgotten all about that detail in the wake of his all-nighter. Oh, right. Don't you oh-right me. Clearly you weren't hired for your brains. Wow, focus on what you're good at. Kuze ended the call, so Kano couldn't shake his conviction that something was off. The man with the case made his way back to Shibuya Station. The heck? Sasayama grumbled. He's right by where we said. Kano felt his frustration growing. Honestly looked at the Syndicate was just randomly lugging the case around town. Near Shibuya Station, a girl approached the suspect. She was Japanese and entirely unlike any of the other criminal accomplices. She spoke to the man while showing him something on a notepad. He glanced at the notepad but did not slow down. Within minutes, he had left her behind. It looked like she just passed him a message. Well, that sure is fishy, Sasayama muttered. What, the girl? Asked Kano. Yeah, wanna go hit her up? Sasayama only make one thing, questioning her. Yeah, let's go see what she knows. She can't be of all of this, can she? Let's go see. Sasayama and Kano hurried over to the girl. Excuse me, miss, we'd like to ask you a few... Are you happy with your life? The young woman shouted. She thrust her notepad at Kano's face. Tell me this. Are you happy with your life right now? Huh? Looking at the notepad, saw the same question written in big bold letters. The girl's eyes widened in surprise as she hadn't suspected the two men to actually stop and listen. Right now, sir. Are you sure? Are you happy? If so, if you could please take this survey about, about your life. Are you happy with it? The more she spoke, the more fuss. Is this the reporter girl? Yes, says Sam said. Hey, I need to know. Do you speak with that Western fellow just now? Huh? Oh, no, that isn't what I'm asking. So are you happy with your life right now? Are you happy with your life right now? This is the reporter girl that can't do interviews. Yep. Kinda got a sinking feeling in the stomach. This kid was looking for a religious convert or something. You did speak with him, didn't you? Says Hannah Snap. What did you tell him? The girl's rambling abruptly ceased. Her already ruddy face went even redder and tears welled up in her eyes. Poor kid, kind of thought. She's just out here trying to get people to listen to her survey questions. There's no way she's part of the kidnapping plot, miss. For the time being, it would be a good idea for you to leave the area. Afraid I'm not at liberty to explain. The girl's only response is to start sobbing outright. I can't do this anymore. I want to go home. Kinda says Sam exchanged awkward glances. I want to go home. I want to go home. Passerby began shooting curious looks at the trio. Kinda. You get back to your work, says Sammy, and said, I'll escort the girl to the train station. He didn't quite manage to stifle the embarrassment in his voice. Right, Connell said. He'd hurried away, his eyes already searching for a suspect they'd been telling. It didn't take long to find him. The man's black garb made him stand out in the crowd at the intersection. It occurred to Connell that all the criminals who handled the case had been wearing the same black clothing. The fact made the whole situation even weirder. Could they really be ignorant that they were being followed while they were all wearing the same eye-catching outfit? It was more like they were going out of their way to make sure the investigators spotted them. That still didn't provide any clues as to what they were after, though. The longer Connell kept telling these guys, the less it made all sense. Was it really such a good idea to keep this up? Someone's life was in danger, and they were just letting the kidnappers carry out their plan, whatever it was. The very first page of the thick diary spelled things loud and clear on that front. Oh boy. Never lose sight of what you're supposed to protect. Ever. Right now, the single most important thing was ensuring the hostage's safety. This was a situation where Tatano would have stuck to his guns for sure. Connell thought back to that day 3 years ago. A burglar had shut himself inside a financial office and doused the place in gasoline. Connell had just been put on police box duty and was ordered to the scene because his box was just down the street from the standoff. Nobody's assigned to a detective post right after graduating from police academy. Detective positions can be quite hard to come by. Candidates are selected for detective training only after accumulating enough experience working at the local police box, a very small type of neighborhood station manned by only a handful of officers. Several officers had surrounded the building, keeping close tabs on the situation. The suspect was shouting nonsense to the entrance on the first floor. Things were getting heated. A crowd of alarmed onlookers had started to form as well. Step aside, a voice said, suddenly from amidst the throng. A middle-aged man in a rumpled business suit had approached Connell as he hovered nervously at the edge of the scene. I'm sorry, sir, Connell said. You have to stay back for your own safety. He attempted to usher the man back into the crowd. No nonsense look crossed the newcomer's face. He spoke in a low voice. I'm Detective Tatano from the Shibuya precinct. What's the situation? Oh, sir, I'm so sorry. Yes, of course. Connell stammered, then quickly explained. He hasn't taken anyone hostage, but there are people in the upper floors of the building. Giving only a slight nod, Tatano marched straight up to the building. A plastic container of gasoline the suspect had used on the ground was on the ground out front. Tatano picked it up and dumped the remaining contents out over his head. Connell was at a loss of words. He couldn't believe what he was seeing. I've covered myself in gasoline, Tatano called out from the doorway. The tension in the air ratcheted itself up several notches. Hey, what the hell do you think you're doing? Kano heard the burglar shouting from inside. If you're gonna do it, do it, Tateno called out. Calling us both, alright? We can die together. And he walked into the building. All Kano could do was watch things unfold through the plate glass window. Tateno was talking to the burglar, but Kano couldn't make out the words. The crook was clutching a lighter, his hand trembling. His expression was like that of a frightened child. Tateno slowly approached him and took firm hold of his shaking hand. The onlookers erupted into cheers and applause. Tateno handed the now docile suspect over to the detectives, then wearily sat down against the planter out front. It was like something straight out of a police drama. That was amazing, Kano breathed. You have to deal with guys like that as quickly as you can. You let a situation like that, you get a little out of hand and you never know how things might go south on you. Tateno spoke quietly, almost as if he were talking to himself. As the police evacuated the rest of the building, Kano noticed that there were children and elderly people among them. If the perp had managed to set fire, there was no way they would have escaped in time. But I mean, if you actually set the place on fire, if someone's willing to risk their life, you're not going to convince them of anything unless you do the same. Kano still remembered the awe he felt at Tateno's matter-of-fact tone. Kano hadn't become a police officer out of any real sense of duty. He just thought it would make Rumi happy if he became a detective like her father. Besides, civil servants tended to stay afloat in times of recession, and his time playing rugby meant he was in good physical shape for the job. He never really thought too much about protecting the citizenry or keeping the peace. But now, here he was in the presence of a detective who literally risked his life in the line of duty without a second thought. A police officer never loses sight of what he's supposed to protect. Ever. Getting back to his feet, Tateno just tugged off his gasoline-drenched coat and walked away. Kano wrote the words in a notebook he had just purchased. Thus, the Dig Diary was born. Huh. Thinking back to the way Tateno had put his life on the line to rescue a bunch of strangers made Kano feel all more raw about just tailing these syndicate members. Letting the crooks just wander around wasn't going to bring Maria Osawa to safety. Of that, Kano was now certain. Never lose sight of what you're supposed to protect, ever. He uttered the fundamental dictum out loud. Well, you've lost sight of it completely, a voice said out of nowhere. What? Kano spun around. It was Shizu. That's the kind of music you use when you're revealing a vampire. Rumi was with him. Sir, Kano said. Weren't you supposed to be waiting at the cafe for? There was some lowlife there, so we left. Oh, Achi must be there. Rumi said, look plenty mean under ordinary circumstances right now. He looked like a man possessed. Oh, I beg your pardon. I'm still on duty at the moment. I'm going back home. You're not marrying my daughter. He turned to walk away. No, please, just wait. I'm done waiting. Now I'm going home. Please don't do this. Just hear me out. I've heard all I need to hear from you. Rumi, really, Dad, please. Goodbye. Seizing his daughter by the hand, Shizu stormed off without another word, dragging her behind. Shinya, she called out over her shoulder. Rumi. She was gone. Rumi was gone. Kano desperately wanted to go after her, but he hesitated in agony of indecision. Can't turn my back on my responsibilities. I'm a detective. My work has to be my first priority. Going after Rumi isn't what a good detective would do. Oh, Detective Tateno, what should I do? Tateno, Still the dictum echoed in his mind. Never lose sight of what you're supposed to protect. Ever. Never lose sight of what you're supposed to protect. Never lose sight of what you're supposed to protect. 6 months later. Whoa. What? Kano made his way through a small corner of a vast field in the Nagano countryside. Slowly and leisurely he tilled the soil. He surprised himself with his own newfound enthusiasm for organic farming. Learning more from Shizuo day after day, His father-in-law had taught him the ways of farming from the ground up. And while things had been rocky between them at first, their friendship was now cordial. So, are we doing flash forwards for all the characters? Or is Kano going to be a specialist? Oh gosh. Pausing to wipe his brow, he smiled at the egg creature around him. He looked forward to tending the crops he sown until harvest came around. If he stayed on as a detective, he might never have known the joy he now found in his work. This has to be a bad end, and this wasn't the only seed Kano had planted. What? By the time harvest season came around, the new life growing within his dear roomie's belly would be ready to celebrate it with him. Okay, Kano. Planting all types of seeds, huh? This can't be a real end. Yeah, okay. Bad end. We got married. Kano went out to Rumi as Shizuya proving his devotion, earning her hand in marriage. Now he's a farmer in Nagano, and the crime in Tokyo is someone else's problem. Hang on a second. Rumi and Shizuya waiting at the cafe like they were supposed to be. Well, there's no way for Kano to know about how one man's bit of curiosity at that cafe led to this strange twist of fate. So someone's at the cafe that shouldn't be there. I feel like it would be Achi, so we're gonna play Achi next. Achi and Hitomi scampered through the back roads along Center Guy, white sneakers and pumps slamping the pavement. I wouldn't call those pumps, they look like flats, but hey, to each their own. Achi kept his eyes peeled, continually checking ahead and behind as they darted through the gaps between the buildings. Finally, they stopped in a narrow alley. There's no way he'll find us here, he said. He's gonna find you. No one knows about this place. They took another look around, then let out a sigh of relief. It seemed they managed to shake the gunman for now. Back when Achi was at SOS, he had come through Sentokai practically every day. The abbreviation for Studs of Shibuya, the name given to the group by Achi when he founded it. Originally just a bunch of like-minded young people hanging out together, has since become known as a gang that picks fights around Shibuya. The gang had started out as little more than a group of local teens. They didn't do much in particular, just horsing around and killing time. What mattered was that they were having fun. But it wasn't long before it was all fun and games. Achi couldn't help but notice the slobs who were making a mess of Shibuya, dirtying it all up. He wasn't about them up to get away with it. Most frequently, it was folks who tossed cigarette butts on the street or plastered walls and graffiti. When they didn't respond to his more gentle warnings, he found slightly more forceful ways of getting his point across. SOS got a reputation. Sheet Punk started trying to pick fights with his members. Those guys required a bit more force to handle. And when it came to the worst of the lot, the drug dealers, the muggers, the guys who tried to force themselves on women, it was a full-on battle, no holds barred. Before long, SOS had established itself as something of a vigilante corps. Soon, it became known as one of the biggest gangs in Shibuya. Let's lay low here for a bit and see what happens, Achi said. The alley where they hit was like a dimly lit chasm, obscuring them from view. The only problem now was figuring out what to do next. We needed to find that blue van again, which meant figuring out the best way to get back to Dogenzaka without the man with the cane catching them once more. Achi, Hitomi whispered. I think I can handle myself from here. She got the roof and gave Achi a deep bow. Ooh, Achi held up a hand. We've been over this already. You're not going to be okay. That guy has a gun. If you let her go up against that assassin alone, he might as well be the one to pull the trigger himself. Thank you so much for everything. She hadn't heard him. She started to shuffle out of the alleyway. Hey, what did I just say? Really, Achi, I appreciate your concern, but I can't in good conscience put you in danger anymore. But, I mean, Hachi tried to press the point, but he told me he cut him off. There's no good reason for you to risk yourself to keep helping me. Her tone was resolute, but Hachi was determined to help her anyway. He refused to back down while she knew she had a point. He decided to back off. Yeah, no, going with A. Look, I want to help people who are in trouble. What's wrong about that, huh? He locked eyes and he told me, willing her to understand. I'm not the most dependable guy, I know that. But still, he told me to drop their gaze and Hachi trailed off, feeling like an idiot. Oh, it's no use, I'm no use. He hung his head with a sigh. Oh, just in a bit of light shone into the alleyway from above. It looked like someone on the adjacent building's upper floor had turned on the light. Tama? Oh, okay. The Nokane building, a multi-tenant building, has 7 floors, but a decade-old urban legend tells of a mysterious 13th floor. Diet Aid tells that was being held on one of the upper floors today. The light illuminated Hitomi's face. When Hachi saw a look in her eyes, he reconsidered his decision. She was trying her hardest to hide it, but she was clearly terrified. No way was he letting her go back out there. Still, if he tried to insist, she would only refuse. Hitomi? You heard me for a second here. Tell me, what's the proper way to dispose of a plastic bottle? She stared at him in surprise. Well, first you remove the cap and the wrapper. Then you rinse out the inside and crush it. Hachi held out the brass apron holding. Okay, good. Huh? I don't understand what's good. You gave me my reason why I have to help you out. Is he doing the, what is that called? Kabedon right now? I super respect people who respect the environment. I'm one of those, whatchamacallits, environmentalists. And there's that shirt again. Hachi put on his mean clean t-shirt. Hitomi hesitated. And what was your plan if I said the answer was to toss the plastic in with the trash? Well, then I need to stick with you to help teach you. Environmental awareness begins with good education. So then you were going to tag along with me regardless. Look, I'm just super pumped to learn that you care so much about proper recycling. Hachi cracked a huge grin. Okay then. Okay. If you're really that sure about it, I guess I could use your help a little while longer. Hitomi flashed him a little smile. Man, she's so cute, don't you thought? Look at Hachi putting on the moves. What? Then something else caught his eye, huh? What's that there? Looks like something black was stuck to the top of her head. Hachi, what are you staring at? You've got something stuck there. Wait, on my head? Without thinking, he told me he reached up and plucked it off. It was him. Oh, body. Ew. If you can't do it, then wriggle between Hitomi's slender finger. Gah! It's a cockroach. He jumped back up, but Hitomi didn't so much. Phew, sorry, that gave me a bit of a start. He continued. Guess it must have fallen from one of the windows over there. Still, Hitomi did not move. It's not a cockroach. What is it? Hitomi? She didn't appear to hear him. Hello? Hitomi? Oh, the muffled girl Hitomi passed out on the spot, her body stiff as a mannequin. What? Hitomi, are you okay? Hitomi. But no matter how loudly Hachi called her name, Hitomi would not come to. What? What? From that day onward, Hachi devoted even more of his time and energy to collecting trash. It became his personal passion to see that his city was a clean one, devoid of cockroaches. That was the mandate he had been handed, or if nothing else, his atonement. Okay, sure. Bad end. The cockroach. Hitomi passed out after a cockroach fell onto her head from out of nowhere. Well, not out of nowhere exactly. Hitomi and Hachi were standing underneath the Nokane building where they were selling burning hammer. A cat and a cockroach had been fighting it out on one of the upper floors. The cat was victorious, but if it had run away instead, things would have turned out differently down below. Oh. Okay, oops. So when it's Tama's turn, I am to run and not bite the cockroach. In 1 hour, the Burning Hammer Cells demo will begin. Ooh. Cheery is laying out the assortment of snacks that we'll have on hand. Hey Tom, are you hungry? Why yes I am. I mean, that should be pretty obvious at this point. All I've had since putting on this stupid mascot costume is some burning hammer and a bunch of iced tea. Hey now, Cheery shoots back. What's with that attitude, Cheery? You do remember that you ate my lunch, right? The sticker said it was best before noon. You just made that up. Yeah, Cheery chortles merrily and chucks some more iced tea. Okay, folks, Mr. Yanagashita calls out as he slips into her room. Lunch break's over. Back to work. I don't feel like I've had much of a break. If anything, I'm even more mentally exhausted than I was before. This box full of Anakatochi choys in the storeroom on the 3rd floor. Mind bringing those down? Anagachi, I asked. What's that? The name makes it sound like some sort of product knockoff. Yep. Mr. Yagashita's face whitens surprise. You never heard of it? Yep, it's enough. You know, Anagachi is a digital pet game where you raise an eel that is in Tokyo Bay. And there goes my dog. Once again, anyway, a portable electronic game in which you raise a conger eel, feeding it daily and clearing away feces. Depending how you raise your eel, it can wind up developing to various forms from normal eel to ultimate eel sushi. You can also use the infrared communication feature to bring over your friends for your eel from another nearby Anagachi device. There's also a sister product, Trout Watch. By connecting the two, you can view a special event where the eel and trout characters go to a pub together. Okay. Never heard of it, I say. Oh, well, I guess maybe a lot of people in Japan haven't heard of it yet. But it's all the rage right now with youngsters over NYC. Nope. Nope, definitely not. Oh, he must be in New York City. It's popular in Europe, really? Anyway, I did some quick checking and that's what I learned. So last month I bought a whole bunch of them. And once again, you were swindled. Yep. Ouch, Cheery. Chop not true. Oh dear, that's a terrible face. Listen, Yagashita let out a pathetic whimper. No! Just like that, his confidence evaporates. He starts muttering to himself. I thought it sounded a little fishy, really. I mean, think about it. Why would kids in New York be interested in raising eels from Tokyo Bay? What appeal would an eel character even have anyway? None. That's what... I should have known it. I did know it. Then why did you buy them? This farce is getting tiresome. Anyway, Yanagashita continues, it was gonna cost way too much to keep them in storage, so I was just gonna let the recycling guy take them. He hangs his head in shame. In a matter of moments, he's borderline catatonic. The type of eel that gives Anagachi its name, Anago, can be loosely translated as a creature that lives in a hole. Mr. Yagashita is probably wishing he could crawl into a hole right about now. Cheery, on the other hand, flashes a big bright grin. Still, you know, eel's pretty delicious. Oh, Cheery. Yanagashita flirts. Thank you. He clasps her hand in gratitude. I wasn't exactly complimenting you there, boss. It's the same thing. There's a little bit of me in each of my products. Anagachi and I are one and the same. A brief. The trick is to feed your eel proper food and give it proper exercise. Another important strategy tip is to make sure to obtain the sharp chef's knife when you visit the Kappabashi kitchen town partway through the game. So... Okay. Let's just say eels and I are one and the same. Go on then. See something nice about eels. Cheery chimes right in without missing a beat. Eels are awesome when it comes to eel sushi. 100 pieces barely whets my appetite. You know, those two make quite a pair. It really means a lot to me, Cheery. Thank you. Thank you. I don't understand what any of this is about, but if it helps Master Yamagashita's wounded spirits, I guess I can't complain. I leave them to their devices and head for the storeroom, where she finds a cockroach and she's going to run away. The storeroom door opens with a rough grating sound. Okay, now where's that light switch? I fumble in the dark, feeling for the switch box. My costume paws mute the sensation in my hands enough that even finding that is difficult. I bat the wall of my willy-nilly until eventually the lights come on. Apparently, I found the switch, even if I didn't feel it. Whoa. What the heck is this? The store was practically overflowing with shoddy goods. A painting that looks like a child scribbling an oddly-shaped hat bearing the words "Grow 2 inches guaranteed." A cheap-looking pendant with a tag that says is set with a miracle stone. These stones were nothing more than simple glass beads that were purchased at 5,000 yen a piece. The seller claimed normally sell for 10,000 a pop, but if you buy 100 of them, I'll give you half off, at which the buyer declared it really is a miracle before joyfully agreeing to the purchase. The fact that someone like Mr. Yamagashita actually exists to buy these things up is also kind of a miracle. It's like this is the knockoff boneyard where cheap products go to die. They break away from the pathetic herd knowing their time has come and end up in this graveyard of the storeroom. Let's see. Anagachi. Oh. I could spy the cardboard box I'm looking for. Then I guess I have a dark silhouette out of the corner of my eye. Eek! It's one of them. Black, flat, quick, rolling a tan eye. Often spotted in kitchens, sometimes, somehow. They're like signed up in restaurant food. Ew! The size, the speed, the dark shape, it couldn't be anything else. It peers back at me from the shadow of an Anagachi box. A faint light catching the luster of his carapace. Looks ready to leap out at me at any moment. And he died fast. I challenged it to a single combat. I snatched up the cardboard box and make a run for it. Yep. Phew, I made it. When I get back to the break room, Mr. Yamagashita still clutching Cheery's hand. An eel's super tasty when you salt broil it too. Thank you. But tempura style is probably the best. Thank you. Well, Mr. Yamagashita's spirits have certainly turned around. Okay, got it. I'll hold out the big cardboard box. Excellent, thank you. You girls are the greatest. Yamagashita shouts. His voice resounds with gratitude. Hey, that's it. I just got an amazing idea. Why don't the three of us start our own company? I'll pass. Cheer and I respond in unison. Man, you two shut that one down quick. Well, for today, let's just focus on selling Burning Hammer. By the way, I ask, where is the Burning Hammer? There wasn't any in the storeroom, and I don't see any here either. Oh, that's right. It's out back on the loading dock. We should probably go bring it in. Oh, I'm bringing the Anagachis with you, too. The recycling guy is going to be showing up soon. Come on, let's go. Cheer and I follow Mr. Yamagashita out the loading dock. But the loading dock, as it turns out, is empty. There's no sign of the Burning Hammer anywhere. It's gone, Mr. Yamagashita murmurs. Then his voice rises to a shout. It's gone, all gone. The Burning Hammer is all gone. Flying into a panic, he searches frantically from one end of the dock to the other, leaping into the air, even peering down into the cracks. But no matter where he looks, there's nothing for him to find. It was right here a little while ago, like right here, right here. The recycling guy took it, didn't he? I heard the sound of an engine revving up. Mr. Yamagashita cries out in alarm. You see a truck starting to pull away. Its bed is piled high with cardboard boxes and other assorted trash. Yep. Hey, boss, is that? Yes, there it is. Mr. Yagashi begins racing after the track. My burning hammer! His voice cracks as he cries out. Give that back! Give it back! But he's no match for his speeding truck, and the boxes of burning hammer vanish before his eyes. Burning hammer! Come back! Come back! This guy has some terrible luck. And I guess she just really echoes from the surrounding buildings. It's like something out of a movie. What the hell? What's up with that truck? Tama! Who the heck was that? Hey, don't look at me, I reply. Huh, those piles of stuff look like the recycling guy. As soon as he says it, revelation dawns on his face. Recycling guy. You can see the color draining from his face. The words recycling guy gave me an idea. If it was him, maybe he thought he was picking up the anarchist by mistake. We have to find it! We have to find that truck! The man is absolutely beside himself. Shiri! Tama! You two split up and try to track it down. Wait, why do we have to look for it? Again, Shiri and I speak in chorus. If there's no sales symbol, there's no money to pay you, and then all the work you've done will be for nothing. Right, it was it that way, I guess there isn't much of a choice. Somehow or another, we'll have to find that truck. You can't have gotten far, he continues. Now, go hunt for it like your life depends on. Technically, our life does depend on it because you won't pay us if we don't find it, so. Chiri and I look at each other and sigh. How do you want to do this, she asks. Want to search together or should we split up? Let's go together. We should split up. We'll cover more ground, but. You know what? Split up. She and I go our separate ways searching for a truck full of junk. I make my way to Sentai. I'm so focused on searching all over as I walk that I lose track of where I'm going, and I wind up bumping into a man who's hurrying along with his daughter. Teru and Hana Toyama. They come to Center Guy to eat lunch. Before that, they were at Habit Publishing in Shibuya. While wandering around distractedly looking for somewhere cheap and tasty, Mr. Toyama bumped right into Tama. Oh, pardon me. I hop back onto my feet and go to bow to the man in apology. Ow. Wait, why are you? As her dad drops to his knees, clutching his head, the girl begins to wander off. Hey, Hana, wait. The man lurches to his feet and rushes after the girl who was going to kill himself and let her find his body, so she probably has reason to be. Nursing my own sore head, I make all the way to Shibuya Station, but there's no sign of the truck. I'll probably never find it just by wandering around randomly. It's already 12:35. The sales demo starts in 25 minutes. I have serious doubts I'll be able to find the truck by then. Arg, what should I do? Oh, okay. Let's just go in order. What's up, Osawa? How's it going? The rain won't let up. No matter how much time passes, it just won't stop. Ever since that day, the sound of raindrops has been burned into my mind. Such an awful, heart-rending sound, driving me to strip my life down to shadows. And yet, no matter what else I abandon, nothing will make the sound of the rain stop. Osawa stared at a postcard that was nestled into the final pages of the photo album. He purchased it 2 years earlier while on a trip with Maria to the Middle East. Originally used to indicate Iran, Afghanistan, and the regions surrounding them in modern times, the term refers to part of southwestern Asia, excluding India and Afghanistan, and a section of northeastern Africa along the Mediterranean coast. However, in Japan, so the U.S., the term Middle East is often often understood as to refer specifically to those parts of the region with a strong Islamic influence. He mentioned that he was being sent there on business, and Maria had just blurted out, "I want to go with you." She recently developed an interest in the Middle East conflict, and apparently she had been yearning to see the area firsthand. The ongoing friction in the Palestine region between the Jewish people who founded the nation Israel and the Arabs who had been living there previously. The religious and historical context of cultural clash is well beyond the scope of what can be elucidated here. His daughter's newfound curiosity had taken him back. She had always tended to be quiet and self-contained. The clumsy conversations aboard the plane, the meals eaten together in awkward silence, it all felt like such a distant memory to Osawa now. "I'm just going out for a bit." The detective was arguing with the eye. "Great. And just who was it who told me I should try to go about my life as normal, Osawa's voice sneered. "Ma'am, please, how do you feel about being told to just sit around and wait?" Aya's angry shriek jerked Osawa to his feet. He hurried from the study to try to calm her down. Ma'am, please wait." But by the time Osawa had made his way downstairs, his wife had already stormed outside despite Kajiwara's attempts to stop her. Osawa doubted anything he could have said would have stopped Ai from leaving. Trying to physically keep her from going out would have only made an even worse uproar. He was glad that at least it hadn't come to that. He was turning to head back to the study when Kajiwara caught his eye. Resigned, he headed down to the stairs and bowed to the detective. Why is he so weird? "Any idea where she's going?" Kajiwara asked. "At a time like this?" Osawa shook his head. "I wouldn't know. I didn't think so. Your wife really is something else." Osawa arched an eyebrow. "That's one way to describe her. A rather rude way, as a matter of fact. No offense intended. It's just that ever since this case started, you've both been holed up in your own respective firms." The more Kajiwara spoke, the more irritated Osawa became. "What's your point?" he demanded. "I just mean, you haven't been having any, marital discourse?" According to one study, roughly 6% of households, discourse between spouses is largely non-existent. Various reasons for this were offered by the couples in question. Many claimed they were too tired to have the energy to talk, or stated, "We wind up fighting when we talk," or "We have nothing to talk about." "Mind your own business," Osawa said. This is a weird conversation to have. Kajiwara tipped his head deferentially. "The two of us not talking isn't a new thing, anyhow," Osawa added. "I have a policy of not having pointless conversations like this one. It's quite common for Kenji Osawa to make it through an entire day without having a single conversation. On many days he opens his mouth only to eat or brush his teeth. His current record is a streak of 14 consecutive days during which he didn't talk to anyone. He is living the life." It didn't look as Kajiwara quite understood. Microorganisms such as viruses don't have conversations, and yet still they continually propagate in order to survive. Thinking about viruses, Osawa was back in familiar territory. He felt a surge of confidence. Once you have a clear purpose, conversation is unnecessary. "And do you have a clear purpose for the relationship with your wife, Mr. Osawa?" "Why is that in your business?" "Of course I do. To be a family." Arms crossed, Kajiwara struck a thoughtful pose. "At least I've learned one useful thing today, Mr. Osawa. Namely that you don't like to have pointless conversations. It's a good thing to know." Kajiwara crossed his arms for a moment, then crossed them right back again, furrowing his eyebrow. "See, that's funny. You seem to have a tendency to have pointless conversations with me, and because you keep coming to talk to me. Osawa read. You don't leave me much of a choice. Tanaka poked his head out of the living room. Is something the matter, he asked? No. Osawa struggled to regain his calm. Perfect timing, actually. There's something I need to talk to you about. He turned his back to Kajiwara. My apologies, detective, but would you mind giving us some privacy? Kajiwara didn't move. Detective? That's all. I gave the policeman a hard look and saw him crack a smile. Yes, what is it? Kajiwara said at last. Don't you play dumb with me. Give us some privacy. Is this a discussion I shouldn't overhear? Actually, yes, it's work related. There are business matters I prefer to keep confidential. Ah, I see. I think Kajiwara is playing the part. He is definitely in on whatever big end game is happening here. Reluctantly getting to his feet, Kajiwara slipped back way into the living room. Tanaka saw it again about those emails. He stopped abruptly. Kajiwara heard the pewter living room door staring right at them. What are you doing? Osawa demanded. Oh, should I not be watching? No. Osawa felt like he was going to burst a blood vessel. I mean, you never told me that I couldn't watch. Because it should be obvious. The detective made a scolded puppy face, then closed the living room door. Osawa let out a heavy sigh. He never been an extrovert, but he didn't recall human interaction being quite this draining. Anyway, sir, Tanaka prompted. You were saying? Yes, about those emails. Something doesn't make sense. I don't understand how Mr. Makino was able to get the antiviral agent to anyone on the outside. Sharing an oncology pharmaceutical drug with external sources while it was still under development required the approval of an executive committee that included Osawa himself. There should have been no way the antiviral could have been sent out without his knowledge. Tanaka hesitated a few moments before responding. Are you aware of the strife between the company president and the chairman? Osawa shook his head. He was a researcher through and through. Factional rivalries had no interest for him whatsoever. Makino effectively leads the chairman's team, and the antiviral agent is their pet project. Despite being the executive officer in charge of the project, however, Makino still needs the president's approval to... You know what? Forget about that right now. What do we do about security? In theory, it's physically impossible to get the antiviral out of the lab without detection. Entry to the biohazard lab where it was kept required fingerprint authentication for both Osawa and Tanaka. Technology allows individuals' identity to be verified by scanning fingerprints used on the element of biometrics, measurement of physical characteristics to identify individuals. There are even devices that can divide people by checking the veins in the palms of their hands or the irises of their eye. Without the two of them there, nobody could get into the storage facility. The lab where the antiviral kept is protected by an ID checkpoint as well as a sophisticated 3-tiered lock system requires fingerprint authentication. Multiple security guards are posted outside the lab 24 hours a day, making it all but impossible for an unauthorized person to get into the secure storage area. Tanaka followed his drift. Ah, yes, I see what you mean. He inclined his hand and thought as Osawa continued. Could someone have written the fingerprint program? Let's check the entry logs for the storage section. We'll just have to ask Makino one person. Let's check the entry logs. It's either A or B. Someone could have overwritten it. Or it could be in the entry logs. Let's say A. Maybe whoever was finding secret trails, every program the entry could hear while Osawa was overseeing that. while making access to the storage facility without Sawa being there. But that would only be possible if they had Tanaka's cooperation. Tanaka's eyes widened when Sawa shared his conjecture. Sir, you don't think I was part of this, do you? Of course not. I was merely suggesting the possibility. The possibility is zero, Tanaka said. Making any changes to the system requires consent from the board, including your own personal approval, sir. Ah, you're right, of course. I certainly didn't mean to imply anything. That's how I want to apologetically. Oh, the living room door opened with a soft creak. He is like a psychopath. He has Kajiwara and he looks stiff and pale. Something terrible has happened, he said. Visions of tragedy flooded Sawa's mind. Maria, is she? Kajiwara shook his head. No, it's not that. What is it then? Sawa asked, switching. Sir, I need you to stay calm. Osawa swallowed the lump in his throat. I eat the last of your bananas. You see, that's what I knew it. That's what it's called. Plunger in hand, Osawa stabbed vigorously at the toilet bowl, struggling to loosen the unseen blockage. Why is this defying? Why? Why? And it gives me the sounds that it makes. Oh my gosh. No. No, I'm done. Kajiwara was at his side, wiping up the floor with a rag. How did this even happen? The detective groaned. Are you kidding? I was hoping you could tell me that. The plunger sucked and slurped at the porcelain face. Oh my god. This was the first of Osawa. He never tried to unclog a toilet before in his life. Think of it as a blessing in disguise, Mr. Osawa. What the hell are you talking about? What about this constitutes a blessing? I just meant that at least this happened before you needed to, do your business. Without the slightest hint of guile on his face, Kajiwara picked up his bucket and headed for the sink, back in the washing area. Grumbling to himself, Osawa pumped the plunger over and over again. This was almost funny. Almost ridiculous, in fact. His daughter had been kidnapped, and he was stuck unclogging a toilet. He was quite possibly caught up in a major corporate conspiracy, and here he was, unclogging a toilet. Tanaka poked his head into the bathroom. Did you fix it yet? If you need to urinate, then use the restroom on the second floor. That's alright, here's fine. Tanaka stepped in beside him and roughly shut the bathroom. Now the two men were crammed together in the narrow laboratory. This is weird. Hey, what the hell are you doing? Tanaka made eye contact with Osawa via the mirror. He spoke in a hushed voice. I've been waiting for a moment I could get you. What? Tanaka slid around her face and giving him a tense stare. What? Sir, could you please be quiet for a moment? Tanaka had tears in the corner of his eye. This will only take a moment. That's how I could feel the warm breath of the deputy whispering against his cheek. Tanaka reached for something in his coat. Hey, come on, knock it off. So I lifted the plunger like a look. If you want to talk, we could do it out there. Alright, do as you wish. Nope. Yeah. Use the plunger like a weapon or shove him out. A or B, A or B. Shove him out the bathroom, look. Yep. Hey, hold on, wait. Osawa still pushing it. Tanaka reached into his suit pocket and fished out his cell phone. Here, take a look at this, huh? Osawa could never anticipate what he saw on the LCD screen. Oh, okay. And last but not least, Minorikawa. Minorikawa stood on the sidewalk weighing his options. Chiaki's phone call thrown for a loop. He expected her to be anxious about doing interviews, but wow, she was a real basket case. Still then, a chance to fight that he had a schedule of his own to keep. The surveillance camera story had to be his top priority. Chiaki would have to find some way to fumble through things on her own. He headed on down the Oyasaga, scanning his surroundings as he went. There were cameras set up on street lights all over the place. There were so many, it's hard to believe he never noticed them before. One over there, just over here, electronic eyes peering down on passerby from high above where they were tough to spot. Just how were the people who came to Shibuya reacting to the situation? Hey, you there. Mary called out to a man riding by on a bicycle. Hey, you stop. Ah, this man brought bite to please stop. Taisei Yasuda, proprietor of Knick-Knack Shop in Udagawacho. Roughly 30 minutes earlier, while he was wandering around the JR tracks, picking up lost random items, Achi foisted off his trash at him, so he's been in a bit of a foul mood. Since then, he's been going along on his bicycle, still picking up things from the roadside. There's a chunk on the back of his bike where he stores his files. Huh? What's the matter? Yeah. Hi, my name is Minori Minoko. I'm a freelance writer. Okay. I'm just doing interviews for a magazine. I'd like to talk to you. Magazine? Which one? 4-star general gossip. Minori called his best to sound proud. Oh, well, I'm actually in a bit of a hurry here. Minori called soldier. See what? He pointed to a nearby surveillance. What? The blimp? A massive blimp was indeed drifting slowly overhead. A type of aircraft that floats using the lift provided by an enormous envelope with a lighter than air gas. The balloon is often used for corporate advertising. This particular blimp has been puttering above the skies of Shibuya since last night. Aya Kamiki. No, the camera. The camera watched them both and not carrying sign. Oh, that. What about it? What do you mean, what about it? Those cameras have been installed all throughout Shibuya. They're taking in anything and everything. Privacy be damned. A shot pallor came to the net safe. Oh, really? He muttered uneasily. Gosh, I should be careful next time I go picking stuff up. Hey, what are you talking about? Minokari asked. Oh, nothing. Just stuff. Way to dodge the question entirely. Anyhow, I think there are some good things about the cameras too, the man said hurriedly. Oh? Such as? Well, I mean, it must have helped catch some crooks, right? Yeah, I think you're right about that. Oh, I am. The man shocked to have his own statement confirmed. Are you hiding something from me? Huh? No, nothing in particular. The man shook his head vehemently. Nothing at all, really. Well, whatever. In any case, even if the cameras are helping in arresting criminals, there are some places where people just don't want to be watched. What? For instance, how would you like it if someone set up your security camera inside your home? What do you mean? I mean, a burglar might try to get into your home. Isn't that kind of an extreme argument? Nope. You're the one making an extreme argument here. What? The man stared bewildered. You're saying it's okay for folks to film people around town as much as they might like, but not to take a look inside people's houses. Yeah, I guess I am, the man Minori started. You don't think too deeply about things, do you, Hima? The man huffed and didn't. Yeah. Can't say that word. I don't see the problem, he said. I mean, it's a normal enough opinion. To want to bring down a crime, but also protect privacy. Well, yeah, so if they're just gonna slap cameras around town, I'm okay with it. Minori grinned inwardly. You're being naive, he said. Way too naive. Naive about what? By now the man was getting worked up. Once you start letting people watch you, some of the time you'll eventually let them do it more and more. That's how the world works. That simple change in camera angle is all it takes to steal the last traces of your privacy anyway. That's kind of funny coming from you. Doesn't 4-star general gossip get all of his scuttlebutt by invading the privacy of others? So when are you people concerned with personal privacy? I mean, what exactly? Minokari asked. You know damn well I mean. Have you no shame? I've got nothing to be ashamed about. If some celebrity scandal breaks, I write it up in the form of a top-class, socially conscious expose. That's the Minokari Minorikawa's seal of quality. The man rolled his eyes. Police, as if anyone's ever heard of that. Their everyday freelance reporter will say something about how security firms have no right to use cameras to disrupt personal privacy. But not me. Oh no. I'm the only guy who wrote a first-class piece on the subject. And you wanna know why? The man's only response was a doubtful look. Because privacy exists for me to utterly demolish it. Minorikawa finished with a prideful grin. That's nothing but journalistic arrogance, the man railed. Oh yeah? Yeah, I'd rather have surveillance cameras any day if the alternative is some weird gossip piece. This time, Minorikawa didn't have a handy retort. An awkward silence descended over the pair. Right, I see. Minorikawa muttered to himself as he busily scribbled on his notepad. The man was visibly taken aback. Thank you for your cooperation, Minorikawa said at last. You gave me some good stuff. He held up a hand to forestall an angry retort. I realize I probably got you a little bit riled up. You'll have to forgive me. What? The man peered up at Minorikawa in disbelief. This is just my interview style, sorry. I know it's a little unorthodox. Buddy, you're a weirdo. You know that? The man said. Yeah, I hear that a lot. Minorikawa laughed. So can I go now? Sure. We'll go just pass it by. Am I article? Sure, whatever. The man muttered. He quickly sped off on his bicycle. Minorikawa now had some material for a surveillance camera piece. He wanted to organize what he managed to put together so far. He decided to head towards his next interview location, keeping an eye out for his cafe where he could stop to work on his copy. Oh, you're the cafe guy. The demo was being held was just down center guy. There was no indication of which floor the event would be held on, however. That made him a little anxious, but he'd probably be able to find someone to point him in the right direction. Once he got to the building, he spotted a cafe up ahead. Coffee, please, he shouted. He strode inside. He slumped down in the open chair. Hopefully he'd be able to hold up in here until 1 o'clock working on his article. If he couldn't have it done by then, finishing the whole issue by the end of the day would be a tall order. He pulled a cigarette from his overcoat as he waited for the computer to boot up. Having a smoke was Minorikawa's little trigger for going to writing mode. Instead of being in a mood to write some text. As Minorikawa goes about his job, he switches between writing mode, interview mode, food mode, and sleep mode. When busy, he'll sometimes go into writing mode and food mode at the same time. Sometimes even straying into sleep mode and miss food mode. When he's even busier, he'll eat, write mid-interview while nodding off. This is known as ultimate mode. He stuck the cigarette in his mouth and lit it up. With the first heavy draw of smoke, he felt his mind focus. The rough idea for his article came to his head, nearly fully formed. All he needed to do was get it all written down. Finally, his laptop finished booting up. Took you long enough, pal, he muttered to the computer. His hands slapped the keyboard like a predator pouncing on its prey. In a matter of moments, he had hit his stride. His fingers flicked away, one by one lines of text filled up his screen. Well, he just stopped beside him. Excuse me, sir, but Minorikawa was in writing mode. He didn't hear her. Sir, I beg your pardon? Again, Minorikawa was stopped slowly just a second. Sir, excuse me. The waitress smacked the table. Quiet! He slammed the table over. Don't interrupt me when I'm working, not if you know it's clear. The waitress didn't so much as flinch. She leaned in aggressively, again right in his face. Ikumiya, employee at Kovad Cafe. While appearing cute and demure at first glance, she's quite strong-willed and frightening when angry. She works nights at a place called the Scolding Pub, where customers rent private rooms in which they are scolded at length by attractive girls. One middle-aged businessman once told her, "Your face looks simply marvelous when you're angry." That's weird. So I hate to bother you, but I have to ask you to please refrain from smoking. Minori-kawa was like, what? This is a non-smoking establishment, sir. No smoking. The cigarette popped in his mouth as he spoke, to which he pointed sharply to the sign of the wall. The words no smoking are spelled out clear as day. We ask that patrons please do not smoke so other customers can fully enjoy the aroma of their coffee. The waitress drew herself up in arrogant triumph. A woman sitting at the table made a face as she tried to fan smoke away from her hands. Customers all around the shop were calling at him. You guys don't know the first thing about the aroma of coffee. The scent of coffee only truly comes to life unless the choking stench of tobacco smoke. The waitress's only smoke was to jab her finger again. But this time she didn't point at the sign. She pointed at the door. Sir, if you're going to continue to smoke, please take it outside. Sometime later, sitting inside the cafe while Trek, Minori-kawa lit up his third cigarette. At last, a safe refuge. It had taken him quite some time to find a place to have out smoking after he got kicked out of the first car. Many cafes and restaurants have phased out the concept of smoking section in favor of prohibiting smoking across the board. Makes a place like Walt Trek especially important to smokers. There are large air vents in the ceiling to help keep the interior more agreeable for those who do not smoke. I was in a rush to make up for lost time. His fingers flew over the keyboard at lightning speed. The more he wrote, the harder he focused. At this rate, he had the sweat wrapped up in no time. Today, you hear me? A voice intruded suddenly on his awareness. One of the other customers was shouting, "You're breaking up that fellow today." Oh dear. Minori-kawa's fingers drifting to a hole. I was trying to see where the voice had come from. An older man red in the face was shouting at the young woman who sat across from him. "Please, Dad," the woman pleaded. "Stop. You're making a scene." A father and daughter then. It was rare nowadays to see a father behave so imperiously toward his own daughter. Just how sheltered had he been trying to keep her? Minori-kawa couldn't see her face somewhere he was sitting, but his interest was piqued. Should he move to another seat where he could take a look? Nope. He reminded himself that he needed to finish his article. Yeah, he should focus on that article. Besides, if this young lady looked anything like her father, he'd just as soon as pass. Minori-kawa went back to his typing. It took a few minutes to reestablish his writing grooved with the two still bickering across the room. Thankfully, he soon regained his focus. What's that? A strange beeping sound broke Minori-kawa out of his writing reverie. Upon looking up with confusion, he found his attention drawn to a young woman at another table. And then one of these, and one of these. Oh, and this, and this, and this, and that too. She finished with a broad grin. Huh, it's cheery. Let me just repeat your order back to you. One Japanese-style beef patty, one spicy fish rolled spaghetti, one chicken casserole, one Virginia soup, one fruit parfait, one chocolate parfait, and one deluxe chocolate parfait. That be all? The waitress anxiously awaited confirmation. Ryoko Kakinuma, second-year student at Midori Miyakiyami's law school, hassled by a pair of hustlers on her way to work and showed up 5 minutes late to her shift. The manager told her that those 5 minutes were coming out of her pay, so she's a bit irritated right now. Is she the one that was saved by Achi a while back? He forgot the large caramel shake. The customer was a full-figured young woman ensconced at the nearby table. Oh, my apologies. The waitress quickly jotted down the addition to the order. That'll do it for now, the young woman said. For now? Yikes. She's actually planning on ordering more after that? Marveling at the display of appetite, Minori-kawa went back to typing. Now what? He heard the strange beeping sound again, different from the first time, and it was closer. Sleep. Seriously, what the heck is that? I need to get to the bottom of this or I'll never be able to concentrate. Well, never mind. I need to focus on finishing this article. Let's stay focused. He immersed himself in his writing, and before long he stopped worrying about the curious sound. Yeah, mind your business. The plump young woman set about devouring all the food she ordered despite the strange looks she was getting. Now that was an appetite to be reckoned with. It took her under 3 minutes to polish off the lot. Then, looking not the least bit sated, she picked up the menu right back up. Was she seriously going to order more? Minorikawa was staring to take an interest in the soundly. There might be a story here. He conjured up a series of headlines in his mind. Woman inhales 30,000 calories in 3 minutes, equivalent of 100 pieces of shortcake, 300 glasses of milk, or enough steak and rice to feed about 30 people. No, he needed something with more punch. Food for thought, an expose on obesity. No, that was no good. He wasn't ready for a fashion mag here. A gourmet day. That was it. He'd be able to whip something up if he went with the foodie angle. Minorikawa got up from his seat. That's pretty impressive, he said to the hungry diner. Do you always eat that much? The young woman glared back at him. Not always, she said. Suddenly tension filled the air. Oops, was that too blunt to me? I mean, she is a young lady after all. Maybe I should change up my approach. Who the heck are you anyway? The woman asked. I'm a freelance writer. I was hoping I could do an interview. They were quick. You want to interview me? The suspicion was plain on her face. I do. I mean, girls all over the world worry about their diets, right? I hear that, yeah. So would you be willing to share your secret on your technique or whatever for how you eat without getting fat? What? Me? Show me. Look at the figure you maintain just by eating all this food. The young woman's expression brightened up. Oh, you notice there's actually a lot that goes into all this. Yeah? The basic thing though is to eat 10 meals a day. You know, he kind of struggled to keep his job under 10 meals a day. She flashed him a chubby cheek grin. Yeah. You don't know how diets work, do you? She chuckled. Eating only 1 or 2 meals a day, that's what makes you fat. You gotta space your food out into smaller portions throughout the day. That's the fundamentals of dieting right there. What happened to smaller portions, right? You know, I have to bite his tongue. Ah, I see that. Any other pro dieting tips you can share? Well, for the basics, I say always drink protein instead of tea, yeah? Drink protein all day? Seriously? Once again, it's an all amino willpower to keep his thoughts. Let's see what else. Oh, there's this stuff called burning hammer too, but she shut off the once. Wait, Minorikawa perked up. Did you say burning hammer? Well, you know it. I've heard of it, Minorikawa replied. He decided he was better off keeping his plans ahead to himself. To sell them later on, if you're interested, Thoma said as she was reading his thoughts. Though full disclosure, I am working for them right now. She handed Minorikawa an advertising pen. There is more. There's a more detailed map for the venue included. What a stroke of luck. Now he didn't need to rely on that crummy map in the project proposal anymore. He'd have no trouble finding the venue with the building's various floors all broken down for him. And actually, I gotta get back to work, Thoma said. Sure, thank you so much for your time. Oh, Cheery, you didn't even go look for the truck, did you? I forgot that's what you were doing. I'm gonna hang out here and finish up my copy here. Ona left the cafe and Minorikawa went back to his laptop. He got some new info on the burning hammer sales demo, but he also lost some more time. The surveillance camera piece still wasn't finished. It was going to be a near thing to get it done before the sales demo started. Yeah, instead of returning to his writing, he got out his cell phone. What if Toyama got another one of his crazy ideas? He tried to hang himself again, the thought hit Minorikawa. Too worried to work on his copy. The phone rang several times before someone picked it up. Mr. Toyama, where are you right now? Right now, I'm on the run, somewhere near Shoto. Osaka residential district, despite being smack dab in the middle of the city, is a quiet neighborhood. A lot of greenery. Former governor of Tokyo is there, built on 2,200 square meter plot of land. Shady hotel district, short walk to the south. Alright. Toyama was speaking in an oddly hushed tone. Shoto. After you left the offices, some guys came by to collect on my debts. Sent me to run for it. Okay, so he wasn't dead, but the situation was still pretty bad. Look, we'll get you through this somehow, Minorikawa said, hoping it was true. Just keep your head down and stay out of trouble. Stay where you are now. You need to get back to the office ASAP. not what I wanted. Stay where you are. Just keep your head down. I am, but what am I supposed to do? Toyama chopped in and out. It sounded like he was moving quickly. Find some place to hide and just lay low for a while. Alright, Toyama said. He hung up. Mino recalled, let out a deep sigh, and then turned back to his laptop. Okay. Well, that's the start of this time block. I think next time we will continue on and figuring out how everyone's once again crossing into each other's day.